Hey guys, Urban Reddit here, back with another Reddit, subreddit reads. So grab your coffee, put your feet up, and listen as today I read at ProRevenge. Let's get right into it, shall we? This one's called Tinder Date tries to get me to wine and dine her and her roommate. I found out one of my Tinder matches lived super close to a brewery restaurant. Well, I'm friends with a lot of the staff, so I get a bunch of discounts there. It's pretty darn classy establishment, so it's a perfect place for a first date for me, since we can eat great food and drink really good beer for very little money. Sounds good. I show up there first and sit at the bar, just chatting with a few of my friends. When the date shows up, I introduce her to the bartender and the waitress, and we just joke around mostly with them teasing me, but at the same time kind of making me look really good like friends do. The date was pretty okay, and we talked. I asked questions and she answered. We received a few plates of appetizers on the house and ordered our beers. Things seemed fine, but she annoyed me with two things: being on her phone most of the time and me having to keep the conversation going the whole time. Well, I've been there. You gotta hate the cold silence though on a date. Suddenly, out of the blue, her roommate just so happens to walk in, and Date asked me if it's cool if she joined us, and I said sure. We all ordered our food, and suddenly I became invisible with my date, literally turning her back to me, and they just kept on talking among each other. I tried joining in the conversation, and her roommate just rolled her eyes. Oh my jeez, my days. Well, if that was me, I would have just walked out there and then. Okay, fine. Date's not going super well. Maybe she's not into me. Maybe she invited a friend to save her or whatever. Kind of embarrassed, I jokingly text the bartender. I don't think this threesome is happening. She walked by to us and tried to start a conversation between the four of us, but they were clearly not interested. Without words, bartender friend just told me to finish my beer. I did, and she came back asking if I'd like anything else, to which I said no, just to check. That's when Date very sweetly asked, "Don't you want to stay for a few more drinks?" while touching my arm. I ordered a beer and told Date and her roommate to order whatever they want. They ordered a round for themselves. Friend bartender came back with beers and check for me, which was basically for my burger and one beer. I paid and just stayed drinking my beer and talking to the staff while they brought me more stuff on the house, while we all made plans for the weekend. That's actually quite nice. It is. I've never had a friend who does that for me yet though. Maybe one day. I've already said I'm heading home now when bartender friend was nearby, and she came up to my date and roommate and asked if they wanted anything else or if they were ready to pay. Date coldly responded with, "Oh, we're with him," to which she responded, "Cool, he's already paid for himself. I just need to know if you two are paying together or if you'd like separate checks." Things got awkward real fast. First Date strictly said she was having a great time with me, and she asked me if everything was okay. Then her roommate started calling me names, and the Date joined in. Really? Just because he didn't pay for your drink? Stuck up cow. Then roommate said to at least four of the brewery, to which I said hell yeah and followed him up. Sorry about that, guys. Then roommate said to at least pay for my date, and they split the rest, to which I said F no. My waiter buddy came by and asked me if I'd like to tour the brewery, to which I said hell yeah and followed him to the back. The rest I heard from the staff. The girls couldn't pay, roommate cried, bouncer threatened to call the police. Finally, some old dude came in. Friends said it had to be one of their fathers, and paid the bill, which was a pretty huge bill, since it really is a nice but fairly priced establishment. Date messaged me later saying, "F you cheap effing a-hole." Then that was effing embarrassing. Don't take a girl on a date if you can't afford it. Just told her that I'll always pay for the first date, even if it's not going well, but I'm not about to be used by two girls at once for a free meal and drinks. Responded with, "Then don't effing invite two girls out and not pay for them. What kind of man does that?" Blocked. Well, Seems to me that she made a plan with her roommate to get some poor guy to pay for their drinks and food. I'd say if that happened to me, I'd soon be out on the arse. Anyway, next on to the next one. Neighbours from Hell. This happened a year or so ago, but I figured I'd share it here. Little story. I live in a flat apartment on first floor. There's 6 flats in the building, one on each side, ground floor, first floor, second floor. Everyone got along great until the neighbours from Hell moved directly above me. These two self-entitled trumps are absolute hay-holes. Constant banging and heavy walking, doors slamming, screaming matches, the lot. The previous couple had a newborn baby and were never heard a peep out of them. Police has also been called a few times as they began smoking inside the compartment. Very strict rules against it. Claimed they shouldn't have to walk all those stairs, yet the couple that lived opposite them both smoked and went outside to have a smoke. They also smoked weed in the building. The place stunk. We were well annoyed, so we got in contact with the building management company to do something about it. They sent out letters to everyone's post reminding people smoking wasn't allowed in the building. E-cigarettes are okay in your own apartment, but not in the communal areas. This went on for months. Eventually, those two a-holes started smoking the precious weed in the car, then coming back in the building. Fine, not my problem, until one day, you can tell they were getting high as they sat in the car for up to an hour. They decided to go for a drive and almost hit a child. It's a huge estate with a park nearby, so optimal place for children to play and, well, be children. Children's parents call the police saying, oh crap, nothing happens. Really? Driving while under the influence and nothing happens? The stories are astounding, a bit far-fetched at the minute, but I'll see. Even though they were under the influence of cannabis, okay, if they won't do shit, I will. I waited patiently. Every time I heard a single step too loud, my blood boiled. But I was biding my time. One day I came home, and they are having another screaming match, then giggling, followed by more banging and screaming some more. I had a crap day at work, and had enough. I called the police, not the non-emergency number, but the emergency one. I put on my best, oh my god voice, and tell them the couple upstairs have been smoking weed. They drove home and they got in a huge fight. I just heard the girl shout, no, please Chad, no. Because it's always Chad. I tell them that I'm concerned something may happen to her, and the screaming has stopped. There have been funny looking people walking to the building at all hours, and everyone in the building thinks he deals in drugs. Police arrived 20 minutes later, 2 cars, 3 officers. I guess my blood murder worries made them hurry. Well, if you're telling them they think that he might have killed them, then yeah. They found the girl passed out and almost ODing. God knows what she took. And him, but naked. They gave him time to get dressed, and after he goes to the station. We later found out he had enough drugs and weapons in his house to prosecute, along with all our complaints and the hitting of a child with a vehicle under the influence of a Class B drug. She got a huge fine. I've heard different amounts from people, but the most used one is £2,000 and 6 months community service, as well as mandatory drug tests. He got 3 years in jail. Why, we all thought they rented an apartment upstairs. They didn't. Apparently the guy's grandmother was some self-made millionaire in the hose construction business and bought him the house. She must have been crushed when their golden boy was arrested. Moral of the story is now much quiet. Moral of the story, the building is much quieter, doesn't stink of weed, children are safe, and there aren't unwanted people trampesing in and out the building at all hours. Well, it sounds a little bit far-fetched, this one, but considering it's from England, then I kind of do believe it. Here in England, if you're caught with cannabis on you, then you do get a slap on the wrist and you get it taken off you, and that's about as far as it'll go. As for driving, I guess if the police got to him when he wasn't driving, he could have denied it, and that would have been what the police would have believed at the time. Well, I'm happy that he managed to get him out of the building anyway. So let's move on to the next one. You mess with my sleep, I'll send you back to the Stone Age. A little bit of background, I live in the Netherlands. I own an apartment in the older building. There are 6 apartments on 3 floors that share a stairwell, and we all have private storage in the basement as well as a larger shared space where most people put their bicycle. I live on the top floor. This happened a few years ago. The apartment below me was rented out to an Eastern European lady. She was a migrant worker. She had lived there for almost a year with no problems whatsoever. In this period, I worked full-time during weekdays on a Saturday every few weeks. On Friday night and Saturday night, I had a side gig as a bouncer at a music venue. So basically, I worked a lot and definitely didn't make the recommended 8 hours of sleep during weekends. One Friday, as I came home at 2 a.m. from my bouncer gig, my downstairs neighbour was playing their music really, really loud. As in, I couldn't have had a normal conversation in my living room without raising my voice. I figured she's having a party and think nothing of it. It happens from time to time, and she's never caused any sort of problems. So I try to go to sleep, and music continues until 6 a.m. The next Saturday, as I come home at 3:30 a.m., same story. I figure, well, she had a few people from the country and they party all weekend. A bit annoying, but I shall get off and music continues until 6 a.m. Nothing happens during the week. Friday I get home around 3:30 again. Louder music, louder than the week before. I rang the doorbell, knocked on the door but got no response. I started getting annoyed and decided to file a complaint with the local police. The lady at dispatch tells me it's a really busy night and they can't spare a unit to handle it. Annoyed, I try to get some sleep, but I can only fall asleep around 7 a.m. after the music has died down. Saturday I get home around 4 a.m. Loud music, no response to the doorbell knocking, so another call to the police. Busy night, yada yada, no units available. Music continues until 6:30 or so. During the week, nothing happens. Friday, loud music, no response to doorbells, no police available, hardly any sleep. Get annoyed to the point of being willing to kick the door in and destroying the sound system, but I managed to restrain myself. Saturday, loud music. I start ringing the doorbell and knock on the door for maybe 20 minutes and finally I get a response. Not the one I expected though. My neighbour yelled at me that she will call the police. I say fine, that saves me the trouble of doing it. I move to the door, a street level, to await the police. They arrived in minutes, 8 of them, which I found a bit absurd. Turns out the neighbour told the police that I kicked the door in, which I obviously didn't. The police agree with me that 100% the volume is completely unacceptable. 2 officers go upstairs to set a maximum acceptable volume. The neighbours are completely wasted on alcohol and skunk. So the story is clear. Of course, as soon as the police leave, the volume goes up to the max again, until early in the morning. Fast forward to the next weekend. I get home on Friday around 3 a.m. and I have to work the next day. Music is loud as I expected. By now I'm frustrated to no end. But I decide against kicking in the door. Just yet, I know that the police won't show up for a minor complaint. So I think of another plan. Earlier that week I had my electricity meter replaced due to a malfunction. The electrician did a nifty thing. He shut down the power supply to my apartment from the main fuse box which is in the basement. I saw him remove the seals, shut power down and later switch the power back on and reseal the fuse box. He only used a seal though, so I managed to screw open the central fuse box and shut the power to the apartment below me by removing the fuse. Ooh, love it. The silence was a feast to my ears. I went back upstairs and slept like a baby. I had every intention to place the fuse back the next day, but something came up and I forgot. I worked the door until the late Saturday and I just wanted to get some sleep, as I wanted to go on an event on Sunday and I had to leave early. I came home, looked up and saw the flickering of the candles they had lit because their lights no longer worked. I felt a sense of accomplishment come over me as I went to sleep. Sunday morning I left early and came home late. In front of the door below me there was a trash bag filled with stuff from the freezer that obviously didn't work anymore either. I went to sleep thinking I put the fuse back Monday morning before I left for work. I forgot and eventually placed the fuse back Monday evening. I never heard them again, not even a slamming door. For clarification, the apartment below hers and the one to the left are emptied at the moment. To the right lived an elderly couple, both of them late 80s, early 90s, who simply removed their hearing aids before going to sleep. Down and to the left was someone who spent weekends at his girlfriend's. Down to the right was someone who spent most of the days at her boyfriend. I live alone, so no one other than myself ever had any reason to complain. Well, as I say, if you can't get anybody to do anything about it, then take it on yourself. And by removing the pews and leaving it for a weekend, that was actually a good plan. I hope it teaches them a lesson, I really do. Anyway guys, that's all the time I've got for now. If you enjoyed today's video, then please leave a like. Don't forget to comment, and don't forget to subscribe, but also click on that bell notification. That way you'll be notified when I next upload a video. But until the next video, I shall see you then. Bye bye.